Open new doors. Yes. Edmond? Yes, absolutely. That's my hometown. I've been there forever. I'd love to. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Okay, perfect. Today I'm going to show you around my hometown of Edmond, Oklahoma. When I tell people or friends, anyone that's interested in Edmond about moving to Edmond is, there's probably kind of four main areas. You have, the north side of Edmond. There's Oak Tree, East Edmond, which is probably been coming up in the last 15 to 20 years or so with larger lots, larger houses, and then out there also by the Arcadia Lake area. And then, you'd say west of I-35, but really you kind of have that middle part of Edmond that is the original part of Edmond, and then you kind of have west of that kind of goes in as it abuts the Deer Creek area, which is then also still kind of considered Edmond as well. But those kind of would be your four main areas of Edmond, and then we slowly kind of include a little bit of the southern part of Edmond that kind of abuts Oklahoma City. But those first four main areas are really kind of what you can figure out, or really what you would see mostly in Edmond, in homes in Edmond, and where people would find most desirable. I moved to Edmond in 1981, so I've been there 41 years, and so Edmond has grown a ton. I mean, at the time there was only one high school, there was really only one middle school or mid-high, and I lived on the west part of Edmond, kind of the area that now abuts what is Deer Creek, and out where I live there's actually nothing other than just farmland, and that farmland now is what makes up most of West Edmond. So I mean, everything has changed. I mean, now it goes further north, it goes further east, and even though you have the downtown Edmond area and what you would think would kind of be the center of Edmond, what I've been hearing and what I've been told from IMSA is that really the center of Edmond now is at I-35 and Covell. So if you think where Showbiz, that movie theater, is now, that's now considered the center of Edmond, which is just baffling. It's just bizarre to even think that that's even possible, but that's how much Edmond has grown. It is just astonishing. When it comes to schools in Edmond, you've got three major high schools. And growing up in Edmond, there was only one. And as I grew up and graduated from high school, there ended up expanding to three. So you've got Edmond Memorial, the original, then Edmond North was the second one, and then you have Edmond Santa Fe. As I was in my sophomore and junior year, they started to expand, and Edmond North then became its own school. And I graduated from Edmond North. I was the first graduating class of Edmond North in 1995. Then the year after that, Santa Fe became its own school, and they had their first graduating class in 1996. So in that year of 1996 is the first time that Edmond had three high schools with three graduating classes. Then as far as colleges that you have and universities for Edmond, you've got University of Central Oklahoma, and then you also have Oklahoma Christian University as well. Now in Edmond, there used to never be anything. I mean, we're headed to the Railyard, and that's a good concentration of places to eat. And then east of there and closer to I-35 and 2nd, I-35 and Danforth, I-35 and Covell are all areas where there's restaurants that are kind of popping up. And it used to not be any restaurants in Edmond. I mean, heck, this place right here at 33rd and Boulevard this restaurant used to be here, now it's nothing. Had been 10 different things probably. I mean, that might be an exaggeration, but it's been so many different things. You would always leave Edmond to eat. So we've got a good concentration of restaurants now in town, which I really find exciting because, where we'd have to go down to Paseo or other areas like that to find things. Now we can eat at the Mule in downtown Edmond. Empire Slices in downtown Edmond. Tamashi, which is a great place to eat in downtown Edmond. The Sushi Bar is another fantastic one. And we have pretty much 2 in the area. I mean, there's one west, which is more on Memorial. It's considered Oklahoma City. But we got Sushi Bar. Boulevard Steakhouse is another fantastic place to grab a steak and eat. The same family that owns Boulevard Steakhouse. Cafe 501 is another wonderful place to eat. Up north on Danforth, Cafe Bistro, Signature Grill. Those are all wonderful places to eat. I love those places. I mean, I like supporting those local places that are locally to here, you know, versus necessarily a national chain. So, but we've really improved the food and the opportunities to be able to go out to eat in Edmond without having to leave, which is nice. I mean, this place is this is crazy. How much this has all changed. They do a farmer's market across the street over there in the summertime, which is awesome. That whole other covered area right there, they have a farmer's market during the summer months usually. People come in and they sell their produce and other things. It's usually on Saturdays. This place is all set up. I mean, you've got all these restaurants, this City's Ice Cream, and then Empire just recently came in down the street, so Empire Slice, it's you know, down in the Plaza area, or not Plaza, right? The Plaza District, yeah. And so there's the Empire Slice that just came in. You got the City's Ice Cream, that Hot Wings that's in here. There was a place, Eddie's, that used to be across the street from UCO. There was an old hotel that they created into student housing, and then Eddie's had a restaurant in the bottom there, and then they moved out east to 2nd Street and Coltrane and opened a restaurant. And then when this opened up, they kind of had another spin-off of theirs, but they've been known for their wings, and so they have this Hot Wings place, and so their wings are awesome. This 1884 place is pretty cool. A couple years ago, had a buddy that had a 50-year-old his 50th birthday party here, and so they were able to house like about 50 of us upstairs. And did all food, drink, everything. So it was super cool. And then, you know, they had that farmers market that I told you about there as well. But you know, that's only once a week. But so if you want similar stuff to that, you go up north to Waterloo, and there's the community co-op, and everything they have there is they have fresh foods. They have everything that comes from farmers: eggs, milk, goat's milk, beef. They also then just recently opened a little restaurant in there too that they teamed up with Nick's Tamales, and so they're going to take food not only from Nick's Tamales, but I think then also other things that they do within the co-op that they sell there. It's a great little place to go, just kind of get things you would normally get from a farmer or a farmer's market, but it's open all the time, so which is pretty neat. Oh, one place, this if you want ice cream, I know this is great, but they have the Railyard pies. The Railyard pies is great. So if you ever want pie, we can go over there. We can have dessert while we're here if you want. So. I'll tell you about another secret little place that probably people don't know much about. Right down here is a great little breakfast place called Around the Corner. It's been there forever. I mean, I used to have a group of friends. We'd eat there every single Saturday morning. We probably did it for 3 or 4 years. We'd go there, have breakfast every morning, and then go to the gym and work out together. We called ourselves the Breakfast Club. But it's down here. So if you ever come back down here, you need to check out Around the Corner for breakfast. It's awesome. So come down here, I'll show you the rest of these restaurants. Blue Jays I've never been to, I don't know much about. Looks like burgers. They've got Korean barbecue, but it looks like they closed that one down. And I don't remember what this was, they closed that down, so it must be changing into something else. This Oak City pizza is pretty decent, but it's hard to eat there when you can go down to Empire. But I will tell you for sure, this Eddie's or Hot Wings. You definitely need to eat there sometime. You'd love it. It's awesome. I'm still baffled by that parking garage. I have not even seen that go up yet. You know, but that tells you that, I mean, that they are definitely expecting, you know, more events, more things down here, which they've never had before. So that's what really makes this really cool about this Edmond Railyard place. You know, because just on the other side of there, you know, Kathy in our office is working with a developer, and they're doing a bunch of building over there next to Ida Freeman Schools and over there by, I think it's Stevenson Park, where they're doing, and they're building a bunch of new homes all through that area. They're gonna be really nice. So they're really kind of bringing that whole area up, because that's kind of an older part that's probably been around Edmond, I don't know, for a very long time, probably since the 50s. You have those little kind of just track homes, and so some of those are going out, and they're gonna be building up some new stuff through there too as well. So, and I told you across the train tracks is that ice house. I mean, heck, I haven't even been there yet, so I couldn't really tell you much about it, but I know it's there. My daughter has eaten there, and my wife's been there too as well. So I didn't know this Summer Moon Coffee. We should go get a coffee. I had no idea this was here either. So, I mean, that's a great thing. It's like I come down here, I see this parking garage, this coffee place. So there's things you see all the time. And that was never how this was. I mean, everyone always left Edmond to go do things like this. And now we don't have to. We can kind of stay here, which is awesome. Now that we have some caffeine, I want to take you up north to the Gardens of Kelly Lakes and show you some of my new construction houses. So we're headed to the Gardens at Kelly Lakes, which is up here north on Sorghum Mill and Kelly. It's just south, immediately south of Oak Tree and Oak Tree National. So Oak Tree National's, you know, a golf course that's out here, and the Gardens is basically the garden home version of the Kelly Lakes edition that's over here in that area. Gated community, garden homes. All the houses have the same color schemes. They take care of your yard maintenance. They have a neighborhood pool, and during the mowing months, they will mow your yard and do all those things. I have working with a builder here with Woodland Homes. Woodland Homes is a younger guy that just got into building several years back, but his dad was a builder here in Edmond for 35, 40 years under C&C Vorderlander Homes. And then also his uncle, Tom Vorderlander, was a builder also in town. And so he's been around building all his life, had a super successful landscape company under the name of Evergreen Landscaping. And then he recently teamed up with another builder, and they started a pool company, and then he got into building homes, and his dad retired from building, and then essentially is a consultant in his office. He hangs out in the office, uses a lot of the same subs and contractors that he's always used in the past, and does the same quality of building that he's done, you know, for years. So even though maybe he may be building for 3, 4, 5 years, you have quality of builds that have been going back 35, 40 years, because he has his dad kind of overseeing a lot of that for him when he's on other jobs or doing other things. And so it's a great little neighborhood. The great thing is, as this neighborhood, it sat idle for a while. In the last few streets of this neighborhood, they weren't building much on it, and then he started building some, and really kind of had the Midas touch almost in a way, because he started building. But then COVID happened, and of course, you know, with COVID, we had the housing shortage, things were going crazy, and houses were just flying off the market. And so over those 2-3 year period of time, this entire area of this neighborhood that used to just be empty is now blown up, and now every street is full with houses. Another big builder came in too as well, and so him and one other builder were the only 2 builders that were building there now. And so we're gonna head over here. I've got 4 listings going on right now, one, and he's got 2 more that are going that should be finished soon, and then we plan to probably build another 2 to 3 in that neighborhood, and then we'll move on to another neighborhood beyond that. But this has been a great neighborhood. Really, it's been younger families, and even I've even sold it to a couple people that are just young career adults that are just starting out that have moved in here too as well. But it's a great area. It's right across the street from the golf course, and some people are buying houses in here and then getting golf carts because they can literally just come right across the street here and then make their way over to the golf course if they want to, and then they get they don't necessarily have to pay the price to be on the golf course or pay the price to be in Oak Tree, and they can live in here, which is nice. This one is very similar in square footage to the next one, and if you look at the plans, it says 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, but truly this one has the ability to be able to be a 5 bedroom almost. So the office is down the hall, you change out the doors, you can make it into a bedroom, and then upstairs is similar to the one next door, and then it has a full bath upstairs too as well, and so that could be a bedroom. So you'd have 3 bedrooms, an office plus a bonus room, but if you wanted to make it a 4 bedroom, heck, even make it a 5 bedroom, you possibly could too as well, because each of those rooms has a window, has a closet, and so those could be those as well. I like this one because of the vaulted ceilings, and then in the primary, the laundry room connects to it, and they've been doing that a lot with some builds, and I think that's one of my favorite features in a house is when you just come out of your master closet and walk right into it, or come out of your primary closet and then walk right into the laundry room, which is nice. Great feature to have. This builder has put the bonus rooms over the garage, so if you made it a playroom for younger ones and kiddos, they're not going to disrupt anybody downstairs because it's just clearly over the garage. So, oh, this is recording. You could definitely get it. That's it, 532 Dardanelle Pass. It's a great house.